What up, y'all? It's your boy Shake back with another video for WWE 2K25, specifically the Saturday night's main event DLC, which came out yesterday. I dropped a video on how to create Sycho Sid in the game. First off, I absolutely want to give a shout out to everyone who chimed in, who watched the video, who left a comment, who added any sort of suggestions and insights, which I will be sharing in this video. If you missed the video yesterday, please check it out. I show you step by step how to create Sycho Sid as he appeared specifically in Survivor Series 1996 when he fought Shawn Michaels for the title. I mean, obviously it's one of his iconic looks, but that's where I was personally drawing inspiration from. The vest is in the game. It's very easy to do. Anyway, on to the just new information that I've found. And again, I want to shout out everyone who has chimed in. First things first, I want to actually shout out Daniel182, who left a comment and said that I misspelled Sycho Sid. In fact, I did in the original video. I am today's years old, realizing that Sycho was spelled S-Y-C-H-O. It is not P-S-Y-C-H-O, you know, like the normal way. So the other thing is that there's been lots of folks in the community who have chimed in again, and they've dropped a lot of cool information about perfecting Sycho Sid. So this video is where we're going to focus on perfecting Sycho Sid. The first thing I want to bring to everyone's attention, and I shared this in the video yesterday, which is that if you want to create Sycho Sid, and personally I chose to create not an alternate attire, but literally just a different character as Sycho Sid, essentially cloning Sid Justice, because I wanted to have the heel and face version of Sid. And with Sycho Sid, obviously there is a specific entrance motion for the Millennium Man. I'm sorry, I'm getting tongue twisted. So the Millennium Man is the Sycho Sid entrance. What I did not realize and what I failed to mention is that there is also a victory motion and a victory face for Sycho Sid, and that was pointed out by RW2996. Thank you so much for sharing that in the comments. Big up to you. So if you've already created Sycho Sid, you know, obviously there's the Millennium Man entrance motion, but as you can see right now, there is also a victory motion, which is really, really cool. Just adds another layer of authenticity, things that are tucked away in the game that, you know, sometimes we kind of miss. And I personally missed it in a rush to kind of get the content out there. But shout out to RW2996 for pointing that out. Super cool. If you've created Sycho Sid based on my tutorial, that's a little nugget. You can update it, make sure that you include the victory motion as well. One of the big things that everyone has been kind of chiming in about is the fact that Sycho Sid's music, even Sid Justice's music, is not his authentic music. It is definitely essentially his music when he was in WCW, it feels like. But there have been suggestions from a bunch of folks in the community, and I love the fact that the community comes out so strong to kind of represent and share, just their passion around the game. So Paul Carpenter 7844 suggested using either Blair Davenport or Gigi Dolan's music, and I messed around with Blair Davenport's music. It's really good. I'm not mad at it. I think it's a good fit. I would experiment with that as well. I also messed around with Dexter Loomis's music, and that's Dexter Loomis 23, that version of Dexter Loomis, and that also worked a bit, and that was given or credited to Thanos HH5JQ. Shout out to you for suggesting that. It was actually a pretty good match. It has that eerie feel that you kind of expect from Sycho Sid's theme. Most recently, Uncle Bub for President 674, he suggested Sean Spears' music, and while I didn't think of it initially, it's one of the best matches to me, not based on the intro, but actually when the music comes in. It has almost a similar tempo. So just another thing that you guys can kind of check out, listen for, and use your discretion. So again, you've got Blair Davenport, Gigi Dolan, Dexter Loomis, and also Sean Spears' music is viable options for Sycho Sid's music. And now that we actually have like a full-blown entrance, a full victory motion, I mean, I think we're one step closer. The only thing that could possibly happen from here on is that 2K decides to either update Sycho Sid with a closer approximation of his music or some form of interpolation, or legitimately just kind of makes a Persona card available in a couple of months in my faction. Either way, y'all, I really do appreciate y'all rocking out with me. That's the update. Again, thank you to everyone in the community who has chimed in, who has left a comment. And you know, I really appreciate it. So thank you for just watching the video. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to the channel. I'll be updating it. Also, you know, this Friday, we've got a new pack coming out in my faction. Not too excited about it. I think it's Super Cards 4 or 5. I'm not sure. A lot of the most recent packs I've already kind of got what I needed from them for the live events. Also, as you guys can see, this is something that I would love for you guys to talk about. And also check out my last video if you haven't. I talk about Persona cards that I would love to see in a game. Obviously, I turned my Iron Sheik into, well, gave him an alternate attire as Colonel Mustafa. And I feel like all of this stuff is kind of tucked in the game. And I wish 2K just made them as default alternate attires. Like, if they're already included in the game, why not just have it as an option, or even have Iron Sheik and Colonel Mustafa as unique characters in the same way that we're talking about Sid Justice and Sid Vicious. I do recommend you check out the last video I made about the Persona cards that I'd like to see in a game. But again, I really just want to shout out everyone in the community who has left any sort of comment on my last video. Let's run them numbers up. Keep chiming in. I will always make sure that I respond as best I can. And again, I'm just trying to cultivate a community with like positive energy, good vibes, you know what I mean? So yeah, hope everybody's having fun with this Saturday night's main event DLC. I definitely am. I am literally like feeling like I'm in my Hasbro era. If you're old enough to have played with either LJN wrestlers or Hasbros before, like you know, the Elite line from Mattel, I feel like all of these guys are the guys that I grew up buying their wrestling action figures. So anyway, that's all for now. Thank y'all for rocking. Peace.